Hello, welcome to Stamping A to Z. I'm Linda Gibbs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Edmonton, Alberta. In the nice cold weather, I shouldn't complain. I like the cold. I like to dress up and be warm, but I do better in the cold for some reason. Anyways, on to the crafting side of life. This is episode 139. I can't believe I've done this many of these. Hopefully you enjoy them. Hopefully you craft along with me when you can. Make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. My comments don't always come up. I do have my computer set up today, so hopefully comments will come through better. We will see the difference. My iPad's been freezing up on me. It's getting a little old, so anyways, today I am going to show you some hacks on how to perfect things. If you are a perfectionist, and I do know a few of those in my crafty group that need things just lined up perfectly and just so, otherwise it seems to bother them. Bothers me a little bit. I'm on the perfectionist side of things, but not crazy. Especially when it comes to crafting. Maybe I've just done it long enough that I've accepted the imperfections. But I thought these tips and tricks will help out those who really like it to be perfect. Maybe you're selling your stuff and you just want it to be just so. So I'm only going to do one card today, which is different because normally I do 3. But within that one card, I have 3 different hacks for you to make things look perfect. So hopefully this is something new for you, something you haven't seen before. I hadn't, this came out of a bunch of different videos I watched over time, and it's like, oh, never thought to do that. I probably would have thought it was way too many steps, but it does help. And if you want it to be just so, it is really helpful. And I think if you did it more regularly, it would actually be good. Only the other things I want to remind you, the 35 and 35 our starter kit sale is till the end of October. So it's getting there till October 31st. Halloween's coming. So my card today is a Halloween card because I thought this is my last chance to make a Halloween card. And then I have my class list is out. I have not posted it on Facebook or Instagram or anything. I don't even think I've put it on my TBWS on my website, but I will show it to you and hopefully I will get it posted. I have emailed it to customers. If you want a copy of it, you can always message me your email and I will send it out to you. So let's get you turned around and let's get started. Okay, this might take me a bit longer to set up if I want to get my, I'm also trying the voice enhancer feature on Facebook, so we'll see how it does. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Let me see if I can find. This is the bundle that we're going to be using today. Sorry, I'm having troubles finding my video so that I can see comments. Where are my comments? My video is not popping up. I hope that doesn't mean, let me see if I can pull it up on my iPad here. Make sure that this will give a chance for people to join. Why? Hopefully it says it's live. Why is it not coming up, I wonder? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Found it. Oh no, I don't want it like that. It's in my stories. One sec. That's not how I want to watch it. I want to watch it. Find it this way. Why is it not showing up? Shoot. Okay, well, let's see if I can. That's really weird. I wonder if it's because I did the voice enhancing. It doesn't want to show up. That makes me wonder if it actually is live. Everything is, oh, so you're seeing it. I see a comment in my phone there, but why can I not pull it up on my Facebook? Oh, I found it. There we go. Okay, muted, found, now comments. Look at that. We're golden. Okay, hopefully that'll work. And I have to remember to look to the other side instead of the side I'm usually looking at. Okay, so I'm going to use the Tricks and Treat bundle. You've seen me use this before. I've used the cute little treat bag box to make these cute little trick or treat. I don't know how many videos ago this was. It was a few. You can always go back on my Facebook page or in my YouTube channel, and they're all there for you to rewatch if you're looking for that. I'm not using the treat bag today. I'm simply using this bundle. So, it looks like I'm still live, but my computer is spinning. That is so weird. I don't know what is going on. Okay, maybe it's not a function of my iPad. Maybe it is a function of my Facebook, or possibly that I have not updated things. Strange. Why is it spinning? Oh, Linda, is this recent? A comment just popped up, so hopefully that means I'm still live. I don't know what's going on. It's just black and spinning on my computer, but I can see comments. So, as usual, I'm flying blind as to what I'm showing you. But other than flying blind, we seem to be okay. All right, well, let's get motoring and hope that it works. All right, so I promised I would have 3 ways of making things perfect. I've got how to die cut the perfect edge around your die cut. So when you've stamped something and you want to die cut, that's going to be my first thing that I do for you here. So I've got a piece of basic white cardstock. I've got the little haunted house, and I've got my haunted house stamp. And for this one, I'm not just stamping it. I'm actually going to use black embossing powder. So I'm going to use my Versamark. It would be the same technique whether you're stamping it with ink or embossing or any of this. The idea is just you're going to take whatever picture you're stamping and you're going to cut evenly around it. So at least I'm using black, so it's dark, so you'll be able to see it would be as though it was stamped with the ink. Okay, so we'll take that off. I don't know why my computer is just spinning. This is getting frustrating. Okay, so I've got my embossing powder here. I'm just gonna get this out of the way because I have before knocked things over and spilt. Not a good thing to do. Okay. Close that up, move it out of the way, and I'm just gonna take my little brush and I'm gonna brush this. See, I shouldn't have used my hand because when you use your hand and you smush it, you make a mess. But I just want all the powder off so it doesn't make a mess of the white card, oops, that we're going to do. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Then we will take our heat tool. I'm not too worried about the extras, and call me out on it. Here I am doing a perfectionist thing and I didn't even use my anti-static tool, which greatly helps. So for those perfectionists out there, use your static tool to begin so you don't get the extra powder sticking. You can see that turning. So some of my powder is blowing away as I do this. My powder, if you notice the lid, is super, super old. It just kills me to not use it. So I have a new one. I should probably use the new one before that one gets old. But sometimes it doesn't even want to melt. But anyways, I could go over it again, you know, if I really wanted to be the perfectionist. You could stamp it again. I did it on my last one because it really didn't, I hadn't stamped the stamp before. And so you could do it again if you really wanted a dark, I don't mind this more distressed look, because turns green. Ah, something's going on. Even when I started, it did a funky thing. I wonder. I'm just gonna shut that down and see what happens. We'll close out of Facebook here. I don't know if my signal, I should check if my booster is plugged in. Once it gets unplugged, no, it's working. I don't know what's been going on these days. Of course, now I can't find it. Always the way. Let's see. It's very strange. Page is out of date. I bet you I need to update my... Okay, now I can see it again. Hopefully you guys can see it again too. Let me know if I do. Oh, now it's frozen. There we go. Okay, it's gone again. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. Well, hopefully it's still running for you guys. We'll see what happens. Okay. Anywho, so I've got my stamped image. I've got my die. Now, normally I don't know about what you do. I would just kind of line it up like so. I would get my big boss here. Maybe I should have used my little boss, but anyways, I used my big boss. So normally I would just take my die, line it up, put it on here, roll it through, and however it comes out, it comes out. Sometimes it's even, it really doesn't bother me, but it doesn't bother me, but it also makes me happy for it to be that much better. So before we do the die cut, here is the trick. I have pre-cut the die just in a piece of scrap. And then I'm going to take my scrap and I'm going to, now you won't be able to see this very well because it's white on white. Unfortunately, I should have used a different color. It would have been the smarter thing to do. But what I'm going to do is I'll pick it up to the camera closer when I've got it lined up. So I'm going to line it up so that it, by the eye, you have to go eyeball it. I haven't figured out if your eyeballs are no good, then you've got problems. But I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty much even all the way around. So that's going to get me an even die cut. And just like a piece of puzzle, then I take my die and it just slides in there perfectly. And then I can just take a piece of washi tape and tape it down. You can use masking tape, whatever you have that won't tear your paper. So now everything is taped down and in place. You can leave your template there. It's not gonna do anything other than stick to things. Okay, I pulled out some nice clear plates for you. My cutting plate was so dirty, it was just making everything a mess. So I thought I would bring out the new plates for you. Okay. I'm really doing this blind, you guys. Hopefully it's okay. Then when I pop it out, it is nicely even. I have a little less on this side, but it's even. It's not like off one way or another. This stamp isn't the greatest to use as an example, but I really wanted to do a Halloween stamp. So this is what I used. But if you had like a bigger, like a flower or something that you were doing and you wanted it just so like the irresistible blooms or something, and you wanted to cut it out so it's all even with the white around, that's a good one. And our older dies, where I feel like our newer dies have less edge around them, but some of the older ones, some of the bigger ones have more white around them, so it just depends. But there's the idea. You can apply this to any die cutting that you may do. So you've got your castle cut nicely. Then our next tip of the day is I want to build a window within my card. So I've got I did some pre-die cutting, magic of television. These are the radiating stitch dies. They are on the online exclusives. I've cut out the large one in black. I've just cut a piece of designer series paper from the Halloween something tricks and treat. It's part of all that. Or no, it's not. I'm lying. It's part of the Bones suite. It's Them Bones designer series paper. I almost said the wrong thing. All right. Well, hopefully you guys are still watching because I'm not. Anyways, so I want to have a window through my frame, but I also want the window to go through my card. And I don't know about you guys, but I've made many a cards where I've wanted to put the frame on and it ends up slightly crooked. And I know certain someone here who really likes her stuff straight, because I've watched. And I know a certain someone who's watching who has troubles getting her stuff straight. So this might help you, even if you are not a perfectionist, although I think you are. But if you have troubles getting it straight, or not. So basically the idea is you have a frame, you're going to have a window, and you're going to have a window here. And somehow you have to cut it. And it is not good to cut, especially this is thick white cardstock, another piece of cardstock, plus your DSP all together. I am going to cheat and I'm going to cut these two together because your designer series paper is thinner. So I'll just run it through back and forth and it should be fine. But then I still need a window here. And how do I do it so that when I place it and it's all lined up in the window, I have an even frame of white is the question. So let me show you how we're going to do this. So first I'm just going to glue this piece down, and I'm using glue. You can use your Stamp and Seal. You just want to put enough that when you cut out your window, it's not falling off. So you don't want to do, like, you could do just the edge because you are cutting out the middle, but then your sides might come up. So you just want to make sure you have enough that it's going to stay down as you roll it through. So the first step is to roll this through and get my window centered here. So this is my window. This is from the same radiating stitch dies. And I'm just going to eyeball this. If you are not good at eyeballing, or you just have this need for exactness, you can take your ruler and you can measure exactly so that it's centered. I feel like it's good enough for myself. And so I'm just going to put it there. And then I'm going to put my plate on. And I'm going to run it through here. And I said I'm going to roll it through twice since I do have those 2 layers of paper. And then we'll want to make sure that it cut through, which it did. So we're fine. So I'm going to take this off carefully because I don't want to tear my paper. Okay, so this is my, look at that. It's crooked. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is slightly off, but that's okay. See, I'm not so picky. But now this is where, like, the stark contrast between the white and the black, you want it to be even. So I'm going to go up a little. Let's see, an even amount. Okay, so I've got that there. Then I'm going to put my insert, which is upside down. I'm going to put my insert in here. Then I'm going to hold that down and I'm going to pull my frame off while holding down the middle. I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to put it down there. And then I'm going to, again, kind of like the same puzzle, I'm going to put my die on top, put this down. Now, this, because it's 2 sheets thick, you could run it through like this. It might have to, I'm going to try, but I feel like it might have troubles. If it does, I might have to take out the insert, but that's okay, because once you've got, like, you could put 2 pieces of tape and open it and pull it out, but we will see if it works like so. So we're going to put that in like so. And run it through. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it cut through no problem because I was obviously right around it. Okay, so I can take off my white and then we'll take off this piece. And then we need to take off our tape that we cut through. All right, and then we have 2 extra pieces. You can use this for another project another time. We don't need those. And then we'll bring back, see how, if you've got black dots everywhere, it gets everywhere. You can come back. Oh, no, oh, okay. Mike, how did that end up like that? Because I had it upside down. All right, so when I line it up, it looks pretty darn even around the, look at that, my around the window. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to get my window opening to match this opening. I mean, another way that you could have forgiveness is to make a bigger window here and put it on, but then you would see it on this side. So that wouldn't be so pretty. So now I can glue this down. I'll make sure I have it the right way when I glue it down. It doesn't look like enough. And then I've got a trick, my third trick up my sleeve. We won't go to it yet. First, I will show you the other stuff. And then, so I like to use glue because then I can have that wiggle room, make sure I'm happy, and everything is good, right? So we've got that down good. Next up, I've cut a piece. I'm going to put a card inside of the card. So I just have a strip here. And then I cut out the larger, the in-between. So this is the in-between of this one and this one. And I'm going to put it on top. And then it's going to go. So the reason I did it larger, then you don't need to perfect your placement twice, or you could just stick it through if you were using, say you were using a card this big, but this way you have more room to write on your card. So we're doing a card inside of a card. First, I will decorate the front because, you know, can't just put a plain piece of white paper there. I've got my orange blending brush. And I'm just going to come in. I like my edges darker. And then the inside a bit softer. Okay, so I'm good with that. If you want it even all the way around, you can go even. Just depends on the look you're using, the look you're going for. So again, you could use glue, or you can use, I'll use some adhesive so you can see it all works. The only thing is you don't have the wiggle room you do with glue, but if you kind of lay it lightly enough, it works. Right? Okay, so you've got your card front down. Then through the magic of television, I cut out a little ghost and a little boo. So we have our ghost, and we have, don't know where my take-away tool is. We have our boo. Oopsie. And then we have our famous haunted house. So let me close this before I stick something in it and our whole look of perfection goes out the window. I want to get an idea of where, I don't want these lines showing. I want to put my house so that it is just kind of tucked in the corner. So just kind of have an idea there. I'm going to glue it down so that since it's embossed, it has a bit more of a roll to it. So I want it to lay flat. So I'm just going to come in here. Oops. And with the glue, make sure I'm happy with it. Okay. Could put a block on there, and then we want to pop up our little ghost here. Use one big one, little one for his head. And we'll have him flying here. Well, maybe I want to put the blue on first. Make sure he doesn't cover up that. Blue. I had the adhesive sheets on there. Okay, and then we'll just have him right there. Okay, now I have to put my card down. I have another trick for you here to get it centered just so. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in with your card at the front to where you want it. Oops. And then you're going to put it down. Make sure that it's nicely... Ah! Okay. My fingers are sticky. Anyways, it's centered, and then you're just going to close the back onto it so that when you turn it over, it should be nice. See, nicely framed, all centered, and then you have your card inside of your card. So, what is my third fix, you ask? Let me tell you. All right, let me find my other card, because my other card, I don't know if you can tell, I kind of was designing the card on the go, and so, saying until I put adhesive on here, went to pick it up, and it tore on me. This is not a perfect card by any stretch of the imagination. I did fix it a little, but this is just slightly crooked off to the side. So say you were using adhesive, or here I used glue, and you can see it is stuck down with glue. It is, I will tear it if I pull. Now, how do you fix this if you realize, and it's dry after the fact, that it's not straight? Here is a trick for you. I hope this blows you away. Grab your dental floss. Be generous with your dental floss. You want a fairly long piece because you need to be able to wrap it around your fingers or your hands, because you need quite a bit of tension and grip, I guess. So I need it wrapped around several times. And you're just going to wiggle your way down. Now, I glued this for a second time because I tried it out the first time and it worked. So hopefully it works with double glue on here. I am having a bit more trouble than I did the first time. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. Oh, you can see how, like, this is dry. This has been dry for like a few hours. So normally you probably wouldn't wait this long, but it is doable. See, I just got through there. You can see this string coming down. And coming down, and I don't want to put, oops, too much pressure. I don't want to push down too much on the top again, or I'm going to lose the whole thing. This is not, I'm not going to pretend this is easy, but if you are absolutely sure you need to, like, I probably wouldn't do it for something this minor, but if it was really crooked and you really messed it up, you would do that, and then voila, ta-da, we've broken the seal, whoops, and stuck it down a bit when I was pulling again. There we go. I pushed down, remember I had my hand there and that's where I was pulling. So there we go. Look at that. Didn't break the paper at all. Now it's messy and you're going to want to re-glue it, but you can see all the glue here that I have. and I've pulled it off. So now if I want to go back and straighten it, all I have to do, it's still quite sticky, but I think you want to add a bit of glue here so that it stays. And you're just going to come in and you're going to line it up. I'm going to line up my window and the straightness here. And then you're just going to glue it back down. And hope that you got it straight. All right. Those are my, oh my gosh. I might have to pull it off again. I put it on upside down. Look at me go. That's okay. Our bats are flying down instead of flying up. And now my little, so here we go with the more perfect one. Here we go with the less perfect one. I don't know if they're ever perfect, especially on the first go around, but hopefully this helps you. Even if it's not 100% perfect, these are little things that'll help maybe with some frustration of how do I get my frame in the window to line up with the edge without being, you know I've had that where I've just gone the full and I've just cut it because it's not quite straight. So that one's a really good tip. And then again, with your lining up your die for cutting, another really good, easy way to make sure that you've got the perfect cut, if that exists. And then your your fix. So now my floss is super sticky and gluey. So unless you do a couple at once, I would toss it and use a new piece if you need it again, because that's not something you want to keep around. It'll get your stuff all gooey. Bats can fly upside down. Sure. Well, they don't even have to fly upside down. They could just be flying at me, right? Like, who knows? So those are my 3 tricks. Hopefully that inspires you to go play with some of them and see if they work for you. If some of them are things that you've tried to do and hasn't worked for you. Yeah. All right. Hopefully you have a great Halloween next week. And I will be here next Wednesday. I think Halloween is, what day is Halloween? Tuesday? Either way, I think it's before my next Wednesday. So I will be moving on to Christmas after today. Woohoo! I've been playing with, oh, that's what I wanted to remind. So I do have my Christmas classes out. Monthly Card Club is starting November. I will be sending out information for those of you who have signed up. I've got November card kits all made. I am making December's and I'm going to send them out together. I'll be touching base about all that. I have a kit together class, November 4th. That's coming up quick. So if you want to get in on that, your kit needs to be ordered ASAP. Then we have a Christmas card crank where you can make 20 to 40 cards, and then a gift tags and bags class. I would love to do more, but my November is busy. So, yeah, I saw the cutest little, I've made a Christmas album the last few years and I love making them. And I saw a really cute one today. So I'm really tempted. I would love to do it as a class, but I don't think I have time unless people want to do it in January, which you won't be in the Christmas mood anymore, but you might have Christmas pictures. So you can always let me know if that interests you. Anyways, all right, go play, post and tag me. Tag me if you use any of these techniques, and I would love to see what you make. All right, have a great rest of your week. Bye.